Hello and welcome to Johnny English. So it's the end of the day, I'm home from school and it's just time for me to jump on the phone and record a video. So I was thinking today about vocabulary and how, as in many languages, English can have a word that has many different meanings depending on the context. So when we're learning English, it's always good to think about whether or not the word that we're learning has a different meaning in a different context. Because that's very often the case. So when we learn a new word, it would be very good for you as a learner to not just accept that word in the context that you've seen it, but to examine whether or not there are other meanings or other ways of using that word, whether it takes on a different type of word, noun, adjective, adverb or verb, because very often they do, and depending on how they're used, it changes the type of word that it is. Now, it's very hard to teach that because of time, etc. So the onus is very often on the learner to do that for themselves, but you won't regret it. You wouldn't regret taking the time to find out how else you can use a certain word. Now, there are many options, many examples of this, but I'd like to just use one word today just to illustrate what I mean. So the word I'm going to use is better. So better is what we call a scale adjective. For example, it goes up and down. We have good, better, the best. So a better school, better people. So I could say something like, I now work at a better school with better people. And by saying that, I'm using better as an adjective. But what if I was to use it as a verb? So the word better, to better yourself, to make improvements, is what that means. So I could say, I work at a better school with better people. So really, I have bettered myself. I have made improvements to my teaching, my well-being, etc. So I have bettered myself, using it as a verb. So we've had an adjective, we have a verb. What about an adverb? Adverbs usually are used to describe, or very often used to describe, verbs. So feel, the verb feel. How do you feel? I feel better. I feel better because I've bettered myself working at a better school. So that's three uses of the word better, and that's just one word. And there's one more way that we can use better, and that is as a noun. We usually use it in the plural then. We speak about our betters when we're referring to people that we feel are maybe better qualified to do something, that they are more experienced than us, or we just generally admire these people. That's quite an ancient word, quite archaic, sorry, not ancient, quite archaic. We will still use it. We like to recognise our betters, acknowledge that they have more experience or more qualifications in a certain way. So there's that word, better. And as I said, there's many more. And when you come across a word or you want to know how a word is used, it's always a good option to check the different uses of each word that you learn so that you can use it in various contexts and various circumstances. And your improvement in understanding your vocabulary will improve, and you'll generally, if I can say that word, you will generally feel your progress. So, thanks for watching today. I hope to make a better video next week. I'm always trying to better myself, and because I have better people around me. Thanks for watching. Please tune in next week.